Hello, and welcome to Regular Features, the podcast that's the same every week. My name is Steve Hogarty, and my jacket from Hong Kong has finally arrived. I'm joined by Matt Lees.
Hello, I'm Matt Lees, and I was kept awake last night by a mouse trying to eat tinfoil.
Yeah. And also Gavin Murphy.
Hello, I'm Gavin Murphy, and this week we've successfully made the leap from Dutch cheap lager to French cheap lager.
And John Log Blythe.
When I was 4 years old, I was given a birthday present on the end of string. The strings were by my bed, and I had to follow them to various places around the house where my presents were. And I've never had a birthday as nice as that since.
Regular Features.
So it's time for my feature now, is it?
Yes!
Yay! My feature is based on the fact that I watched an episode of Life's Too Short, the Ricky Gervais comedy where he is relentless towards a dwarf, or whatever. Basically, I just watched it. It wasn't very pleasant. However, I did think I could write, using what I'd seen, I could write the next episode for him.
Oh, well, that's handy.
And it'd be nice. So,
I think he's looking for a script for the second episode. He hasn't. He's really panicking there.
Second episode, which has already gone out.
Well, I think they're up to 3 or 4 now, but it's never mind.
It's fine, he can reboot it, like the films.
Slip this one in wherever he likes.
He can just make it. I'm sure it's very cheap to shoot. They're very small. They probably don't cost much, do they? So, yeah, here's your script. There's 4 characters in this. There's Ricky Gervais. There's a dwarf, but there's also a woman who has cerebral palsy.
Oh, God.
You know, like that one he did out of...
Steve likes being women.
Of extras.
Out of extras,
realised that I can't
She's come back for more. And there's also a mortified passerby who doesn't get many lines. Well, shall we do it? Episode 44 or 5 of Life's Too Short, the most charming sitcom on the telly.
Ricky Gervais.
Who said that?
Me. I'm very short, so your immense golden desk has eclipsed me.
It's okay, I'll join you on the floor, because I'm not afraid to poke fun at myself too, although obviously I can get up again, while you might as well kill yourself for all the fucking use you are. Look at you, you're like a little handkerchief.
That's pretty much the feeling that I've had my whole life, and to hear it said by a man like yourself is such a relief. By the way, I am also a sex addict.
Well, I did build on that in the end. It's better characterisation than I thought. Amazing, because the thought of you having sex is fucking obscene. Here, put this tea cosy on. It's like a jumper on you.
There's nowhere for me head to come out and only one armhole. This moves me even further away from personhood.
It's a really good impression, Gav, but yeah. Just had to say.
Of a dwarf or Warwick Davis?
Warwick Davis.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You look so gay. Teapots are completely gay. Ooh, imagine how low to the ground a dwarf's bum is. I bet when you do a shit, you end up just sitting on it.
Help, I can't see.
I'm going to pour boiling water on you because you like tea so much in your fucking tea cosy.
Hello, I'm a do-gooding idiot who thinks that empathy is reason to care about other people's feelings. I am so politically correct and uptight that I have never laughed in my entire life, and I can't stand watching you entertain the entire nation, Ricky, because I am probably jealous of how rich you are.
Oh, boo-hoo. I'll just go back to America and spend all my money on gold and smelt myself a 10-foot-tall Oscar for the invention of lying.
Oh, you're a very likeable man, I see that now.
I've worked with Larry David, mate. You know that Curb Your Enthusiasm? They make it all up. I'm dead good at that. Let's do that for a bit, shall we?
Oh, this is the worst script I've ever been on. Even worse than when I was in Star Wars.
What did you play on Star Wars? Chewbacca's toenail?
This is fundamentally still quite offensive, although I do still appreciate that Ricky Gervais is... good.
Well, okay, then let's just go to the second part of the show where I've entered us all for a body popping competition.
I can do it. I was in Leprechaun in the Hood. There's probably some dancing in that, I don't know.
No, your ridiculously stunted limbs would look absurd. Let's make the The mortified passerby. Body pop for the benefit of the nation.
I can't body pop, I'm mortified.
Who's going to observe him body popping and feel awkward? The viewer?
I can't see him because the stage is too high, right, Ricky?
Let's just move to the second part of the script, where I say, this is rubbish, as Ricky Gervais again. I could script better than this, so I will.
Don't be so patronising, Ricky. Speaking as an actual dwarf, I think I'm best equipped to judge whether Ricky Gervais is a cunt or not. And now we're back on the script, I'm professionally obliged to say that he isn't.
Hello, everyone. I've got cerebral palsy.
Oh, brilliant. It's my cerebral palsy friend, Susan. She's an absolute riot. Say hello again.
Hello again.
No, do the voice, Susan. It's not funny unless you're proper spazzy. What, are you too politically correct to do a spazzy voice?
But I haven't actually got cerebral palsy.
Yeah, but that makes it funnier, right? Because if you had it, you'd probably fuck up all your lines.
I'm not.
Oh, and I think I heard some children having fun down the road. That's probably against health and safety, isn't it? In your world, you massive black spaz Hitler.
Hello, everyone.
What? What did she say? Can you tell what she's saying? Ooh, get a tongue, love, Jesus. It's not hard to talk, is it? Some would say it's the thing that makes us human, and that you are consequently either not human at all, or at best, a mumbly idiot subhuman.
Bravely put, Mr. Gervais.
I would like to reiterate that I am small enough to subsist on a weekly cube centimetre of protein-rich cheese.
And I have so little respect for the audience that I'm going to finish this with just another minute of us all shouting over each other.
I can't bear to stand another moment of this show. This is
glad I
terribly
didn't do the
terrible.
voice.
I like doing this,
I don't
honestly.
know what to do. This is wrong.
Roll credits.
Regular features.
So my regular feature this week is actually an idea I've been saving for a little while. I don't know if any of you guys do this, but I've got a thing I call my second brain, and effectively it's my mobile phone. But when I'm drunk, sometimes I have ideas, and I just tap them into my phone and go, this is a good one, and I'll come back to it later. Now, very often, I'll look back and it'll tell me when the idea was saved, and this one was saved at about 3 a.m. on a Friday, I think, and I can't remember exactly what it was about, but it's just 2 words, and those words are pregnant bitches. Now, I don't really know what it was about, but I thought it was
misogyny.
Yeah.
misogyny, I guess.
Sounds like.
Yeah.
Is it pregnant bitches
I
or
think it
pregnant
might be.
bitches?
No, it was bitches with a...
I can really get behind those pregnant bitches.
That was pregnant. Pregnant bitches.
Pregnant bitches.
I think if I'd written it with a Z, I wouldn't be able to live with myself for hate, but with an S, I can just about roll on with that.
And I think the pregnant bitches will forgive you too.
Yeah. Now, obviously, this isn't...
Heaven forbid that you're a misogynist in an urban way.
There is a thing about pregnancy. Now, obviously, pregnancy is very common. Now, you only have to look at the state of the human race to realise that actually a lot of people do it all the time. And yet there is this tendency for some women when they're pregnant to act as if for the next 9 months the entire universe will revolve solely around them. Now, that is fine. And especially, actually, when you get to the point where you're almost popping one out, right, then that's fine. You've got like a month
How
to go.
long? How long before?
I don't know, 2 months, 2 months.
I'm going to have to start asking questions to clarify your
2
opinions on
months.
this.
To the point where you're not allowed to fly. If you're not allowed to fly anymore, what's that, like 3 months left?
Yeah, that sounds fair. 2 or 3 months.
We all agree.
Because a lot of people work.
What do you
right
base
up until-
this on? Is it how have you arrived at this number? When it's okay to start complaining about carrying a child?
Anecdotes. Personal
Oh,
anecdotes.
after no,
Is it
no,
the-
no, no.
Sorry, you?
Sorry, they don't have to fly at the end. So you're saying after 3 months? Then
No, I'm saying like 3 months to the end.
Oh, right, okay.
Like,
no, there's
the
one
beginning
there.
bits is like, whatever. And this is my problem, is that actually, you know, I know a lot of people who've been pregnant and who've worked basically up till about 3 weeks before they have to leave. But basically, yeah, there was a few circumstances. There was somebody I knew a long time ago I worked with who refused to lift up empty cardboard boxes because she was 4 months pregnant. And it was sort of like, oh, really? Fuck off.
Yeah, the thing is, though, if you do it in a shitty way, then fair enough. But I think that I'd be doing that.
Yeah.
Be like,
Me
oh,
too.
I can't possibly open this fucking door. I'm pregnant.
I think
I do the same
Make my
thing.
own
I've got-
breakfast. Fuck that.
If I've got a big rucksack, I think, oh, fuck off. I've got a big rucksack and you can see it. It's massive.
we probably should say that I don't know if anyone else knows anything about being pregnant.
I know you have to put your hands on the small of your back and go, poof.
And sometimes your belly button pops inside out.
And everyone in the world can hear it. Like,
Sounds like someone slamming a car door one day. But I don't. It's not just weight. I don't think it's a lot
I'm
of things.
aware of that.
There's also like hormones and illness and cramps,
Cravings.
and mood swings and cravings.
You eat. I knew
And-
someone who ate some coal.
I mean, you can just be tremendously ill for 9 months.
Well, no, I'm aware of that as well. But also, sometimes...
But that's not going to improve my empathy on the matter.
But still,
Actually, you're right, Steve. Yeah,
the feature's still called Pregnant Bitches.
Can't change that. I've already said it. But no, there's something about the visibility of it that really pisses me off. It's like, I've seen people who clearly aren't very pregnant. I saw a woman in M&S. I was like, you said, had a little badge saying baby on board, and she was standing going, and let me pass, literally pushing through the queue. And I was like, she didn't even have a bump. I'm like, where is this fucking baby? Where is it? Is it in your bag? I can't see it.
I have to admit, I haven't met many pregnant women who really over-egg it, because I think they've got other things on their mind. But the other morning, I was woken up on the tube because I was sitting opposite someone, and a pregnant lady got on. I do sleep for the first part of my journey, and I was sleeping, and I was woken up by someone like really violently shaking my leg. And I woke up and I was like, shit. Have I missed my stop? How do they know which stop I'm getting off at, for one? But I was like, oh, what? And there was this lady who was awake and shaking me, going, can you give up your seat for that lady, please? There's a pregnant lady like standing next to me. I was like, and I was flustered, so I got up straight away. But then I was standing there looking at it, going to the woman who shook me, going, you're not fucking pregnant. Why didn't you get up? Like,
oh yeah,
she
and actually, I've just
shaking me
remembered.
awake to get up.
I just remembered it was you telling me this story
really?
that made me write pregnant bitches
Pregnant
in my
bitches.
phone.
You got Matt pregnant with your idea.
Fuck.
So you're the pregnant bitch.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's come full circle again.
But Matt, what about all the women who don't look pregnant but don't behave like that? The world could be teeming with
no.
millions of pregnant women who aren't presuming on you.
Hey,
Teeming
are
with
legends.
millions of considerate women.
I'm not saying that everybody who's pregnant is a bitch. I'm just saying that pregnant bitches really annoy me. However, that just amplifies the respect I have for women who just fucking get on with it and are just going, "Oh, this is shit, isn't it?" But I'll just get on a plane.
Although you have, since this evening, in the 20 minutes we saw each other, you did moan about your headache and being ill this week.
Yeah, I know, but then none of that is caused by me having sex with a man.
Yeah.
But because of that, I'm not allowed to push into queues. I rest my case.
Well, it's a prick's case.
Regular features. What is the feature coming next? Let us see.
It's time for my regular feature. And basically, I started thinking about this year, and I wanted to find out how many films have been set in 2010 or 2011. This is a thing that I did. So I've come up with a list of ways that we can get back into films.
Oh, nice.
Modern times.
Well, that's it. Science fiction films have been shit since the 80s, so...
Well,
let's
if
get
2010...
sorted.
Basically, my feature is that if 2010 was to start being featured in films, either now or in, whenever.
In the future, as a model of the futuristic
model of the
ambitions of
future.
mankind.
This is the shit that we need to start doing.
Real life.
If this is
Otherwise-
going to be a memorable time for movies.
Right, I get it. So we're living in Running Man times.
No,
And this
no.
Running Man should have come to pass.
This is right, yeah.
Right?
Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You might recognise some of these from different films. If you can, bonus points. It's not a quiz. Number one, reality TV needs to get a lot more brutal quickly.
Well, I'm all for that. Oh, having said that, though, I think reality TV kind of peaked in the brutality stakes when we saw, wasn't it a woman called Kinga fucking herself with a wine bottle? That was brutal.
If
It
someone
was
said,
brutal on you, the viewer, but she
Yeah,
liked it.
I've written here, maybe some kind of squid creature. So there's like a definite thing that's going to go wrong. Some kind of real punishment if someone doesn't do something properly, or that if you do something mental, like eat the other contestant, you become the other contestant.
Well, it sort of happens with Channel 5's Big Brother. If they failed a task, they didn't get a letter from their significant other, and that made them feel very sad.
It's not got the same as absorbing
Like-
somebody's soul.
Yeah,
or
they
eating
weren't,
someone.
they weren't shot in the head, but I think that's asking a little bit too much.
But
of
no,
Channel
I
5.
like Gav's thing here because he's not just saying that. I mean, anyone can say, "Hey, let's shoot Big Brother contestants." We've all said that. But what Gavin's saying is, let them eat each other and then take over them.
That would be a good
That's
game
great.
if you start off
That'd
with
be a good
one.
game anyway.
You start off with the other person's foot in your mouth, and the first person to eat the other person. It's mutual, like a 6-9 foot.
Yeah,
yeah.
First person to the knee wins.
Nice. I'd fucking watch that.
That'd be good. What was that about the squid?
You got to pop your tit in a microwave and leave it in there for 4 minutes.
Oh, don't.
Well, no, the squid thing was if you like literally you're singing and below you is a giant squid, and then if you get the least amount of votes, the floor just opens up and you just go. And
Is it like a psychic squid that's willing you to fail?
No,
well, he's got a big eye.
that's brilliant. The idea, though, it's got a contestant in each arm, and you've got to sing to it in a way that it likes.
Yeah.
Because no one knows what a squid likes, so they'll be panickingly changing their styles as they get drawn closer to squid.
What about an opera?
Confused and kill them
The thing
all.
is, though, they'd have to have different squids every series, because if there was one squid,
the ones they would think
had a
they'd kill the
penchant for
squid.
Lionel Richie, then the next contestant just be like, "See you." Number 2, wear the same clothes. None of us are even wearing the same sort of. Well, we've all got jeans on, but.
That's a uniform.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
Sorts.
we need to be wearing the same clothes.
Can we do that Logan's Run thing with the gems in the hand?
No.
Because I like that.
I wear the same thing every day
That's true.
of my life.
You dress like Tommy Wiseau.
I've got 4 threadless T-shirts that I bought 5 years ago.
But, I wear the same clothes every day and get taken the piss out for it. We're like, I'm just preparing for the inevitable.
But is that? Do you have that kind of Inspector Gadget joke where you go to your wardrobe and it's just all the identical outfits lined up?
I've got 7 black shirts and 3 pairs of jeans. And I rotate the T-shirts.
I own
ever feel
about
sad?
12 pairs of jeans. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I don't
many?
wear them. I need to get rid of them. I don't want to throw them
How
away.
many?
I only ever have one pair of
I think
jeans.
I
at a
own
time.
about 12 pairs.
One pair of jeans at a time.
Yeah.
What? That's bonkers.
Wear them every day. It's become so normalised that you don't recognise the social norms that we've all adapted to.
We're all wearing trousers, aren't we?
The length of our hair.
Fucking David Attenborough.
The
Richard Attenborough.
We did
Which
the
one
TED
was
shit
one of
last
them?
week.
Because it's funny you should mention that TED shit, because the next one is go to more planets.
Yeah, no, I'm down with that.
We should definitely go to more planets.
We've been to loads.
No, but we don't anymore, do
What
we?
have we been to?
Well, we sent robots there.
That doesn't count.
We should
That's even more futuristic than going there.
Yeah, but
it's
the
like, no, we don't go there. We send robots
No,
there.
but it's not a robot that can fend for itself. It's a robot that's controlled by a human. If it's a robot, just like, all right, yeah, I'm totally on Mars, man. It's fucking awesome.
We should make this the first year that we lasso another planet. And ride it through the galaxy.
Or just start making a name for ourselves as the people who destroy other planets.
Next
like,
time-
yeah, what the fuck?
Like they did.
Totally fucked up Jupiter, man.
Next time Haley's comic comes back for fucking it up.
About a massive tennis racket that fucks it into
If there are other intelligent beings out in the world, we'll just get a massive reputation of being the biggest dicks. Oh, what's Earth done now? Jesus, man. What Jupiter's doing? Fuck all.
They don't even know we're out here. They're not sophisticated enough to know we're out here. They're just doing it to be dicks.
3, number 4, more twins. There
More
needs to be
twins.
more twins.
Or like in Insidious.
You want to make the world more like Insidious?
If you have more twins, you have more evil twins.
Oh.
That's true. But
So more terminations for people who haven't got twins.
Yep.
The year the planet became entire twins. Yeah.
Yeah.
I live with a twin, though. That's pretty good. I'm doing
Do
my
you live with
part.
both of them or just one of them?
Just one.
You don't even know if you're living with the evil one then.
No, I do, because they're really different. They're identical twins, but one's gay and one's straight. It's really funny.
So the gay one's obviously the evil one.
They're like really
Am I
similar,
right?
except one's
Am I right,
slightly
Matt?
more violent.
My
Yes, you're right, Evan.
So being gay is definitely a choice then.
Yeah, that's pretty.
certainly not genetic. Yeah, my other half's a gay one, and he has got a twin who is not a gay one.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
If you're
But then again, I did know when I worked
Is
in a
it-
bar in Manchester that I knew 2 gay twins that actually just got off with each other.
oh, fuck off.
So what
Well, no, I'd always thought that, the question is if you could meet your body double. It's more often presented to gay men because I think there's a level of repulsion to homosexual sex that heterosexuals tend to have. But would you have sex with someone with
yourself?
your clone?
I would barely be able to stop myself from beating myself up, let alone to have sex with him.
I'd do it, but only to stop myself feeling like a hypocrite.
I'd do it, but I wouldn't enjoy it. Just be like, all this moaning noises come from along the bed. I go, oh, oh, oh.
Oh, it's horrible.
Next point.
And the final one, Step up this cloning malarkey. Also, see virtual reality.
Well, that's
And
just, we
twins.
just played into that one.
Yeah.
Jeez, I was trying to get away from that point, and we've gone straight into cloning.
Clones. It's interesting.
Gav.
Would you have sex with your clone? Imagine the angles you'd see yourself from.
In Primark.
But hang on.
Also, virtual
Clones don't
reality.
come out the same age. You'd be having sex with a 1-year-old version of yourself?
No. If you clone you instantly, you're having
Yeah,
sex
this-
then with the same age yourself, but
It's
you
science
get old
fiction.
and he
But you can
get
also
old.
change the genes so that they rapidly age up to match your age.
Oh yeah, there's
Brilliant.
a lot of options in the cloning machine. Yeah. You can dig about quite a lot.
Just go into the settings. You'll see.
That's brilliant then. Nicer buttocks.
Also-
Excellent.
You're like a younger version of yourself.
Virtual reality as well. That sort of went away a little bit, didn't it?
I'd love a bit of that, because actually I used
Lawnmower
to...
Man, remember that?
I used to love the...
To my mind, Pierce Brosnan's best film.
Well, no, I used to love on Star Trek.
He ignored you.
Yeah, I did. Sorry. No, Lawnmower Man is great,
Thanks.
but Star Trek, yeah. When they used to do the, like, kind of going into the, hey, look, it's like 1920s detectives, but then it would always be that...
Oh, yeah.
It would always become real
Sherlock
when
Holmes.
they had guns around or something, and they'd be like, I'm so sorry.
the
The
same-
whole
What the fuck are the safety protocols?
Safety protocols.
Yeah,
they
safety
always
protocols are
break the first thing to break
And it's
on
like-
a holodeck.
I mean,
Not the
and you know it's
projection
like-
system.
When you know it's Ensign Rogers been shot in the face, like, oh, fuck.
Safety protocol.
Yeah, you dick, what have you done? But yeah, virtual reality and robots as well. Robots aren't doing enough for my liking.
robots
to
do
get us on
loads,
that.
man. They're
So
like all over Japan.
Hyundai's.
The guy
Honda.
that...
Oh, it was a Honda. It's a Honda robot.
Asimov.
What, the one
Yeah.
that fell down some stairs?
Yes, that was brilliant.
But he's not doing
But
enough
they
though, because
have
he just
Asimov
lives.
2.
He just lives. Yeah, but Asimov 2 lives in a showroom. So
He's going to escape one day, there, like Johnny Five.
yeah, but they've just put him on a stage, and you go along and he can copy you. But I mean, if he was that smart, maybe he's copying it so he knows. Now I'm going to know everything.
I used to love the robot from Flight the Navigator, not the spaceship, not the intelligent
Right.
being on the spaceship, but the one that he climbs inside, like the little catering robot. He climbs inside him, and that's how he gets out to the
I remember
air
that,
hangar.
yeah.
And he used to tell him what he wanted, and he'd go off
Yeah.
and he'd get stuff. I really wish he got his own spin-off film,
Yeah.
but unfortunately,
No, the world works. So
no.
bullshit. But yeah, so if we want to get in the films again, that's what we do.
I don't understand what. That's what. If
Well, we've
If
got
now
the-
us wants to get in future films that we could make,
Yeah.
That we need to start being more interesting.
look, I thought I had this feature nailed in my head.
It's
but
more
I don't-
like if 1980s people want to start making films about us again, and we have to impress them a little bit by coming up with some better shit.
right.
You got a feature, Steve?
it's not fucked up enough to be a mindfuck, but it just makes so little sense as to be really annoying.
No, it's good. It's better than fucking pregnant bitches.
It is time for the next regular feature.
Now it's time for my regular feature. My dog is dead. My dog died on Monday.
Do you want a ripple of polite laughter?
It's a dog I had for 12 years who just died on Monday, and genuinely really quite upset about it. As I said, I think comedy is tragedy plus 2 days, give or take. So I think it'd be quite cathartic, because I haven't had a proper cry about it yet. If we can just all sort of talk about it for a while. And
So basically, you want us to try and
Maybe-
make you cry.
yeah, it's like if you could just sort of ask me questions about it, because just sort of thinking about it now, I'm already starting to sort of well up a bit, because I'm sort of
Oh, don't cry yet. I've got some
bearing
more
my
stuff.
soul a bit.
Would it help? Would it help if I told you about my dog dying?
Yeah, that will sort of move me along a bit. But
Well, should we take it in turns then? We'll
there's a
take it in-
degree of strategy involved, because the person who makes me cry wins the feature.
Wow.
It's a race. It's the first race feature we've had.
It's a race.
Dog's
do we
death?
just ask questions, or do we...
Oh, is it ask questions? Or
You can do whatever you want, I guess.
Yeah, no, you can.
Only because I've got two things that aren't questions. I mean, why don't we make it like you can just do whatever, right?
No, so let's go.
funny how deaf
Let's
the dog
start with Log and go counterclockwise around the room.
My first dog was called Jake. He was an Alsatian. He was very loyal. and the favourite thing he liked to do was he was brought up in a pub, and he'd try to get the beer mats off the table, and he'd do that with his nose, because his paws wouldn't do it properly, and he'd end up just sort of like swatting the table. So he'd get it off with his nose, then look at the floor, look at the beer mat, then look at you, and when he realised that wasn't working, he'd barge you in the knee with his nose. And the day he died, I was at work, and my mum phoned up and said he was dead. And the night before, I'd sent him off my bed because he was crying a lot. And he looked away from me as he went out of that room. He looked back at me and said, "All right, I'm going to leave. But if I die tomorrow, I want you to know that I'll never forgive you."
I want to know I don't like this video anymore.
And sure enough, he died the next day.
Out of spite.
Yeah, what a cunt of a dog.
Okay,
So
good. Well, I'm laughing now.
Wrong one.
Looks like Gav's about to cry.
When you started talking about the fucking beer mat thing, I was like, oh god.
But yeah, that was
I like
good. That was.
I've got a picture that I've done of Jessie.
Is it up? Is it on your phone?
Is it ready to show me?
I just want to show. No one else look at it. I just want to show it to Steve first.
Okay, fine.
That's how I see her now.
What's she got on her?
That's a unicorn's horn, and she's now in space.
That's just consoling. That's not very depressing.
Oh, really?
Right. Okay, that's both of you have made me laugh.
That's nice. Well, I had a
So we're
dog,
good friends.
dog called Harry, and I always felt very bad because I liked him. He was a miniature schnauzer, and I liked him loads, but I didn't really spend a lot of time with him. And at one point, I was supposed to bring him out of the garden, and I was really annoyed because he wouldn't come in. And I sort of shouted at him and went to grab his collar, and he bit me, and I bled a little bit. But I was sort of like...
So I fucked him up.
Well, no,
That was the day he died.
I was really annoyed about it because I was like, oh, he bit me, and everyone was sort of a bit annoyed at the dog. But I sort of, in the back of my mind, and I never really admitted this, but in the back of my mind, I was like, yeah, it was my fault. I was a dick. And he could tell. Even though he couldn't speak human, he could tell I was being a dick. And he thought, fuck you, I'm in the sun. I'm having fun. But I didn't see him enough when I was at uni, and he died when I was at uni. And I always thought, you know what, when we got that dog, I promised I'd walk him every week, and I never fucking did. And he was cool, and now he's dead.
That made me feel a little bit sad.
Are you serious? That made me feel nothing.
Yeah, I'm complete emotional blank on that one.
Because
that's
I
me.
related to it.
And I was crying by beer mats on this one.
He was hamming it up.
No, he used to do that. He used to barge you really hard in the leg with his nose because he just wanted you to throw it for him, and he loved that.
It was the delivery there, man. You were like a kind of cut out from More magazine or something, you know.
Okay, my next question, Steve.
Okay.
I mean, how long have you been living in London?
Almost 6 years.
Do you think you neglected your dog? Do you think he died because he missed you?
I've always
Fuck,
felt
that would have meant something.
yeah, it's sort of slightly removed from.
Yeah,
but
just imagine your dog with a cock.
That's making me feel sad.
A great big slathering lipstick. As she runs eagerly to meet you.
Imagine your dog sucking off another dog. Because what you didn't know about your dog, she was a massive slut. And that's how she dealt with you going away. Literally going into the park, putting it about and being like, oh, I really miss Steve. This is how I'm filling the hole. And I've seen pictures of this dog, and I've seen only a couple of pictures, but in 3 out of the 4 pictures you showed me, she had a dick in her mouth.
That's mine done. So thank you for taking it somewhere a little less horrible.
So this, I've got some ancillary materials going.
Ideal for the listeners at home.
No. You'll be able to hear it. We'll put some links up or something.
Pictures and videos. We should put these on the blog.
So basically, this family, more importantly, let's focus on Alyssa. Alyssa had a dog called Holly, who's quite old, and her family always lived in Dubai. They lived in Dubai, And then when they had to move back to the UK because their dad changed jobs, they had to get rid of the dog. So they put the dog up for adoption, and someone took the dog. So they moved back to the UK for about 6 months. And then it just happened to be that her mum was looking on the internet and saw Holly, the dog, on an adoption site. She's like, I'm sure that, I don't know why she was looking there, but she emailed the family that had this dog anyway and said, is this Holly? Have you put it up for adoption? She said, I'm really, really sorry. Look, our circumstances have changed. We can't look after the dog anymore. We're going to have to put it up for adoption, but, it's got to the point now where she's going to be put down. So the mum made special arrangements for Holly to be flown back and rejoin their family, and then this is what happened.
I'll be waiting for you in the lounge. Shall we wait for you in the lounge, Alyssa? Are you keeping the camera on?
Is that girl being killed or something? Sorry. Oh, this isn't good radio, Gav. Oh.
Oh, he's just looking happy.
I mean, they won't agree. They love watching videos about dogs.
Because he doesn't think it's real either. He thinks he's having a dog dream.
I know all these smells.
Yeah. Well, I'm not crying.
You were almost crying.
You stroked a tear out of your eye.
I didn't fucking touch my eyes.
You looked at me when you started watching, and you give me a sort of, you've won.
He was welling up, but he didn't quite cry.
I'd like to make clear that you have had a chance to prepare for this, whereas I haven't.
I haven't had to prepare for this.
Yeah.
How'd you get them?
How did you Photoshop?
Well, I watched the
of
dog
his
yesterday, and I also sit next to him.
You photoshopped a picture of his dog?
Yeah, no, it's not a Photoshop. It's a fucking app. It's called Unicorn Me. And I can make you a unicorn in about 30 seconds.
Can we put that on the site as well?
And I had just happened to have a picture of his dog on my phone, which I carried anyway.
All right. Well,
but yeah, the video I watched yesterday, and I thought, oh, it's a dog thing. I forwarded it to Steve, and I thought, you best not forward this to him today. It was yesterday, so it was the day after, and I thought, I don't think he'd really like this today.
Well,
go on, Matt, finish us off.
Yeah, I'd just like to say, finally, I mean, it's a sad time, but I think there's two things you really have to bear in mind. First of all, it's very difficult because you have to come to accept the fact that as much as you love her...
Dog was a slut and death is all she deserved.
Don't ruin it.
Oh, God. But crying with laughter doesn't count.
He was killed by the Peter Sutcliffe of dogs. He hated prostitutes and he hated prostitute dogs.
Your dog is never coming back, and that is sad, but you just have to accept the fact that you will never, apart from the crudely photoshopped pictures of dogs with cocks in their mouth that Gav makes...
It wasn't crude as an app.
It's... you will never... You will never see that dog again. And that's sad, but you have to accept that.
She's buried in my back garden, so if I really wanted to...
No, yeah. It won't be the same.
When you go back, there's going to be like loads of male dogs just sniffing around the grave thinking, hang on, what's going on here?
Dogs can dig, Gav. Yeah. Dogs can dig.
When you go back, there's going to be loads of male Irish dogs.
There's two things...
Gang raping your dead dog.
Two things dogs could do: dig and fuck.
Yeah, your dog was basically a slut.
Dig, fuck, and be a unicorn.
All right, no, you've
we failed to make Steve cry, which means he is an emotionless creature.
I mean, you've barely even asked me any questions.
Did you cry in your own time?
Yes, I did cry when I found out.
You've prepared. That's not fair. You've been crying before you got to the podcast. That's cheating.
This is a fucking farce.
You've all talked about your own shit, you self-centered arsehole.
Whoa,
then you all called...
I showed you two things. I showed you two things. Nothing to do with myself. I have the app. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Next week's episode sponsored by Unicorn Me.
You showed me someone else's dog. It's not even dead.
Yeah, but it's...
It's
probably dead now.
Cried a living dog.
No, it was only posted up the other day, so I really hope it's not dead. And also, I had a little tear watching out on my desk the other day.
I did. I got a tear in the corner of one of my eyes, and I was hoping it wouldn't roll down my cheek and give the game away, as it were. But okay, yeah, I'm going to say Gav. Gav made me.
All right,
so
Gav
I told you that
brought me closest to tears.
That was episode 12 of Regular Features. Thank you very much for joining us.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
This episode was dedicated to Steve's dog.
Jesse. Tonight I'm gonna go down in flames. Just like Jesse Steve's dog.